I was staring at the window of a small town diner in the middle of nowhere, Nebraska, wondering if I'd ever find the answer to the questions I was too afraid to ask you. You were leaning on the counter with a crooked smile and a worn-out denim jacket, making my heart feel like a heavy drum, and I just couldn't find a way to quiet the racket. The radio was playing a song we both knew from the summer back in high school days, and for a second the world stopped spinning and we were lost in a golden hazy maze. We packed our bags in the trunk of a car that seemed better days and longer roads, leaving behind the heavy weight of our secrets and all those I told you so loads. And the cornfields turned into mountains as we crossed the borderline at dawn. I was looking at the map, but I was really just watching you with your sunglasses on. There's a magic in the way the wind screams through the cracks in the passenger door, telling me that I don't have to be the girl who's scared of the world anymore. And no, it's like a movie scene, driving under the big sky, midnight and on center, with your hand on my knee, and the stars looking down like a diamond lit cabana. We're chasing the ghosts of the pioneers and the dreams we haven't broken yet, in a wild American landscape that's as beautiful and red as a summer sunset. Writing our own story on the pavement of the long and winding highway, finding a brand new version of us in every single corner of the USA. Do you remember that rainy Tuesday when we got lost somewhere near the Grand Canyon? I was crying because I lost my phone, but you said, hey, at least you got a companion. We spent the night in the motel with flickering sign and a carpet that smelled like 1994, but I've never felt more like a queen than when we were dancing on that creaky wooden floor. Now the snow is starting to fall on the pines as we reach the edge of the northern lights, and I'm realizing that the best parts of my life are these quiet, unscripted nights. They say that nothing lasts forever, that the road of entry has to come to an end, but they don't know about the way you look at me, more than a lover and more than a friend. I've been a paper rain girl and a cardigan girl, but with you I'm just finally me, like a wild horse running through the plains of the West, wild and reckless and free. So let them keep their city lights and their crowded streets and their fake plastic gold. I'll take the dirt under my fingernails and a story that's never been told. And
remember the first time I saw you at that diner on the edge of the town. I was wearing my old floral dress and you were trying not to let your guard down. The way you stirred your coffee and looked at me like I was a brand new song. I knew right then in that little booth that I've been waiting for you all along.
Now we're walking through the park, Virginia, and the leaves are starting to turn. It's a slow motion kind of magic, the kind of love that doesn't just crash and burn.
You hold my hand like it's a fragile secret you've been trusted to keep. And I'm falling for you in the quiet moments, even when the world is asleep.
And all the way the porch light flickers when we pull up to the driveway late at night. Everything feels so heavy in the world, but with you everything feels light.
I've spent my life running from the shadows, trying to find a place to stand. But I found my kingdom, my home and my future right here in the palm of your hand.
Underneath the lavender sky, it doesn't slow in the middle of the USA. Don't need a spotlight or escape, as long as you're the one who wants to stay. It's the way you say my name like a prayer or a melody I've always known. With you I'm never a stranger, no matter how far from home we've flown. Yeah, it's a red, white and blue kind of love, deep and true in every single way. Just you and me riding out forever under the lavender skies of the USA. Of the USA. Do you remember that night in New Orleans with the jazz music drifting through the air? We didn't have a plan or a map, we just had the wind blowing through our hair.
You bought me a ring made of silver wire from a vendor on a cobblestone street. And I realized that life without you would be a song that's just incomplete.
Now we're sitting on the tailgate of your truck, watching the fireflies in the dark. Every look you give me feels like a flame, lighting up a brand new spark.
I've had my heart broken in pieces before, I've seen the end on the screen. I've lived through the winters and the lonely nights, if you know what I mean. But then you walked in like a sunrise, breaking through the grayest of clouds. And suddenly I'm not scared of the whispers or the noise of the city crowd.
I'd follow you to the ends of the earth, from the canyons to the stormy East Coast, because out of all the things I've ever found, darling, I love you the most.
Underneath the lavender skies,
We're dancing slow in the middle of the USA.
underneath a spotlight or a stage,
As long as you're the one who wants to stay.
it's the way you say my name like a prayer or a melody I've always
I remember the way the New York air felt like a promise we couldn't quite keep. Walking past the brownstones while the rest of the city was fast asleep. You had your hands in your pockets and that never mind look in your eyes. Underneath the canvas of those electric bruised Manhattan skies, I left my favorite blue sweater on a velvet chair in a Tennessee cafe, thinking about how the miles between us just seem to melt away. Now we're counting the exit signs and the stars on the hood of this old car, realizing that home isn't a place, it's just wherever you are. How the bridges are burning like the sparks on a bright 4th of July night. I'm captured in the glow of your silhouette in the flickering dashboard light. The highways are whispering my name like a secret I've known all along. Yeah, we're writing our names in the dust of a place where we finally belong. It's a wide-eyed neon dream, chasing the golden sunset across the USA, driving a little bit faster just to leave all those haunted red city railways with the ocean breeze in our hair and the radio humming a sweet melody. We're just two ghosts living inside of a beautiful Technicolor memory. Yeah, we're dancing through the shadows to let the sun of let it spread. From the coast to the canyon, finding our heartbeat. There's a midnight fog rolling over the lake in a quiet Chicago hotel room. I'm tracing the patterns of the wallpaper, watching the city flowers bloom. I ran away from my hometown ghost just to find a dream that felt real. But I didn't know that loving you was the only part of the deal. Sipping bitter black coffee in a dusty bookstore on a Boston street corner, thinking about the girl I used to be and how I don't even mourn her. Flash forward to a Sunday morning, breathing in that heavy California air. I turned around in the kitchen and saw the sunlight tangling in your hair. All those broken